Hello, Valley City, Barnes County. It is Melissa Lloyd with the Valley City, Barnes County Public Library, and today we are doing a Kid Crafternoon Take and Make. And our craft today are glove monsters. So, as a parent might have a bunch of these, and you can definitely mix and match them, but if you don't know what to do with them anymore, you can make glove monsters out of them. So you can call the library and get a kit for your glove monsters, but most of these materials you could find around your house or just really quickly anywhere. What's included is we do provide you with a glove, some fiberfill or polyfill. That's what would be in the kit. We'll also give you some monster googly eyes. So those will be included in the kit. What you will need is some embroidery fleece and a needle and a hot glue gun. Remember, it's hot, don't burn yourself, be very careful. Other things that I have here are I have some bric-a-brac that I had laying around the library, and that's what's kind of neat about this this glove monster tutorial is you can make it whatever you want, whatever monster you can imagine. Definitely, try, because whatever it's going to look like, it's supposed to look like a monster. So the other thing you'll need is a scissors. So the first things you're going to do is you're going to take your glove, and one of the things you can do is, because you have 5 fingers, you could cut off one of the fingers and then sew it shut and then attach the finger someplace else on the glove. That's an option for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is you have to look at your monster, look at the glove, and figure out what you want to do with it. Like I said, you could cut off one of the fingers and reattach it. Do you have yarn? If you have yarn, you can make attach yarn, and that could be hair. The bric-a-brac here, I have this orange bric-a-brac, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off a little piece, and I like it the way the bric-a-brac looks because it looks kind of like teeth, or it could be a mustache, and I'm going to attach it with a glue gun to my glove monster. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on the glove and be very careful while I put on this bric-a-brac. I'm going to have a safety pin, not a safety pin, a paper clip here, and I'm going to use that to put my bric-a-brac down. And I'm going to add some red bric-a-brac because I want it to look like a mouth. I'm going to do that. And use that to push it down. That way I don't burn my fingers. So, what else can we do? Oh, I have all of these really neat monster eyes. So I have a yellow, green, red, pink. I'm gonna use the glue gun, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of eyes on him. And I'll glue those down. And it doesn't have to be really more difficult than that. I mean, and I could put them anywhere I want. You don't need much. Oop, I dropped a yellow eye. Ow, right on my finger. Like I said, hot glue guns are hot. I want some green on there. I think I'm gonna do a green one. All right, so I've got some eyes and I've got some mouth, and that's kind of what he looks like just initially. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm gonna take my polyfill and I'm gonna stuff. Now the biggest thing about stuffing the glove monster is you wanna make sure you get the fingers really nicely done. So you gotta use your fingers and to stuff that monster. So you gotta And you can make him a really fat glove monster, or you could make him, you know, kind of a lumpy one, so he doesn't have to look, you know, it's however you want it to make, you know, whatever your imagination envisions. So it's going to take a lot of polyfill. I'm using several handfuls here, and I'm making a mess, so that's okay. Messes are meant to be made. Crafts are messy. Enjoy it. Once you're done, then you have to clean it up, and you enjoy it less, but it's still a fun thing to do. Let's grab some more. The other thing you could do with your glove monster is you can embroider on him. That's why I do have embroidery floss, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish him up. But you could definitely use embroidery floss to embroider different features onto your monster. So, for example, you could use some embroidery floss and do a mouth. Since it's a monster, you can do scars. You know, you'd make like stitching. You know, like Frankenstein monster, or maybe Jack and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas type stitching, because you know they've got those distinctive marks because they were put together like by that lab. I can never remember the guy's name, but the monster creator. Let's add some more stuffing. Alright, so there's my stuffed monster. He's coming together pretty good, looks pretty good. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you how you can finish up your glove monster. You want to make sure the stuffing doesn't come back out. And that requires a bit of sewing. And you can, if you have a machine, you can just stitch along the top here. But I really like to do a blanket stitch, because that really makes it look it gives it a nice creepy element. So for example, I'm going to take my embroidery floss, I'm using green, and I'm going to try and get this really close so you guys can see how the blanket stitch works. But yeah, it's because it's such an easy stitch. If you ever want to hand stitch something and you want the thread to show, then the blanket stitch is a good stitch for that. And it's a really nice strong stitch, so you have to really tug on it to get it undone. So I have here a needle, and this is a very thick needle. It's usually for darning, but for our purposes it works really, really well for this because you know, this knit material it's got a lot of holes in it, so using this thicker needle works better. And this is an entire skein of usually embroidery floss is made up of like 6 or more strands. We're just going to use what you see in an entire skein. So first off, the fun part is, of course, threading the needle and tying the knot. I know I shouldn't be doing this with things that are going on, but the most I should get a needle threader. That's what I should have done, but I didn't. So there we go. So I threaded my needle. What's really nice is the big darning needles have really big eyes. So that works. And then, of course, there is tying a knot. Now, I found the best way for me, and see, that's the best way for me to tie a knot is to take the end of the embroidery floss and I wrap it, and I take it between my thumb and my index finger. And then I wrap it around my index finger a couple of times, okay? So you see there, it's wrapped around my finger. Then what I will do is I will use my thumb and kind of just twist it off my finger. And what it does is it kind of creates a loop. And then I will pinch it, loop, and pull. And now I have a knot. It's a really nice big knot, so it's not going to come undone in the material. All right, so that takes practice. Trust me, it took me a long time to learn this. It takes practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a blanket stitch. So first off, you're going to go inside the inside of the glove monster, and you just start over one end. It doesn't matter. I'm left-handed, so you know, you might start over here as opposed to where I'm going to start over here. It's okay. You might be holding it like this. I'm going to be holding it like this because I'm left-handed. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the material and just pick a side, and I'm going to tuck that piece of the string in there. So now the next bit is you're going to come up. You're going to come up through both pieces, and you're going to go almost all the way through, and then you're going to leave a loop right there. Then you're going to take that needle and go through that loop, and then you're just going to pull. Okay, and that's your first blanket stitch. So then you're going to go down a little bit, not too far, because you want your stitches to be somewhat close together, and you're going to go through the material, and you're going to pull. Oop, and I pulled too much and I lost my loop, so just pull that out a bit. It's okay, mistakes happen. Okay, there we go. So there's my loop. I'm going to take my needle, go through the loop, and pull. There we go. All right, let's do that again. So I'm going to come from behind here, little ways down, and then I'm going to go all the way up through. I'm going to pull it, keep an eye out for the loop. Okay, there's my loop. And then pull that through, and then pull it tight. There we go. See that? See how that's coming together? It kind of looks like Frankenstein stitch just a little bit, which really enhances your glove monster. So I'm just going to keep going here. I started from coming behind, so I'm going to go through again and through the loop. There we go. See how it's starting to come together? There we go. And let's do some more of this bric-a-brac to make it look really cool. So I'm going to take and add some bric-a-brac, so I'm going to pop that in there around my stitch. And I'm going to go through the bric-a-brac and go through the loop. Oops. And there we go. So now I've added, oh, nope, I didn't get him. I didn't get him. Oh well. I'll get him next time, right? All right. Go through the bric-a-brac. And go through the loop. There we go. That's got him now. So now he's got a single little red hair sticking up. Let's do another one. I like that. That was fun. And I'm just doing it on the fly. I didn't plan any of this, so it's just me goofing around. So we'll go through that bric-a-brac and through those two pieces of fabric and go through the loop. Oh, we're going to pull that. There we go. So now there's two little things there. Go through the loop. All right. Okay. You're doing the blanket stitch, always start, you know, from the back and move forward. Do that. You have to do it uniform, otherwise it doesn't look right. And I just messed up and did it from the front to the back. So I had to pull that stitch out, which, you know, just I unhooked the needle or unthreaded the needle and pulled the thing out. And so now I'm doing my last stitch here. And so I'm going through from the back, go through the hoop. And there we go. So now it's all completely sewn up on the thing, and I got my bric-a-brac in there sticking out, and he's almost done. So the last thing you want to do is you're going to want to make another knot to tie off the thread. So you can do that in the exact same way. You can and I try to get it fairly close to the monster, but wrap it around your finger a couple of times. You can use your needle and thread to do this. And then just pinch it off and pull. And there's a very nice big knot right there. And then you just want to take it and go in between your stitches. You can go as far as the needle will let you to go, and then you pull it all the way through. Takes a little bit of work. There you go. And then you can just clip it. And there you have. I'll pull that out a bit. Straighten, clean them up. I've got some glue on them. And there you've got a little weird looking glove monster. And, you know, he's got a backside, so you can probably put stuff on his back too. And just because you've got him all sewn up doesn't mean you can't still decorate him. If you want to fill him first, sew him up, and then decorate him, that's an option too. It's entirely up to you how you want to do your little glove monster. He's got like some teeth, little red teeth, so lots of eyes, because what monster doesn't need lots of eyes to see with? So that is my glove monster. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it answered all your questions on how to do this. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to either call the library or email the library. You can email me at youthservices@vcbclibrary.org. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. I hope you enjoy making your glove monsters, and I hope you have a great day. Bye now.